So once you allow yourself to lay nice and flat on your mat, and in those moments that were leading up to you being here today, just take a moment to observe all those events, not just in the physical form, but how you responded to them emotionally. Just take note of the simpleness of what you've eaten, what you've consumed, or perhaps what you haven't consumed, and how that will have an effect on your practice today. So, in this moment, as you lay here in stillness, just find gratitude for simply being here, for giving yourself this time to just connect with your body, and to slow down, to be mindful of this. So again, come back to this awareness of how you're feeling currently, both physically and emotionally. So that at the end of your practice today, you can practice reflecting on what this journey of yoga can do to your body, to your mind and spirit. And from here, just begin to connect with your breathing, just encouraging some nice deep inhales and some nice long, smooth exhales. Just use this time to connect with your breath just on your own, to be aware of the length of time it takes to allow your breath to slow down. And as you continue to invite this awareness, just notice your body. As you have begun to deepen your breath, find a nice slow pace with your breathing. Be aware of any restrictions in your breath. And just take your time moving through your rhythm. Remember that I am here just as a guide. You are ultimately the teacher of your own practice. You have the final say. From here, as you remain laying in this position, let's create a bit of unison with each other. Just by finding an even inhale and an even exhale. So let's take this breath into counts of 4. We'll just do 2 comfortable rounds to begin. So when you are ready, complete your next exhale. We'll inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. When you are ready, just slowly begin to bend your knees if they aren't already. And then from there, just gently bring your knees into your chest. Take the hands to the tops of your shins to pull the knees nice and close in towards your chest. Just remain here for a moment of stillness, checking in with the back of your neck. Just allow the chin to tuck in slightly as you hold the knees nice and close in towards you. And now from here, just find that gentle rocking from side to side, just giving your lower back a little bit of a massage. From here, we're going to fall into a twist. So let's release our hands into a T position. And let's allow the knees here just to fall all the way to the left. Just allow them to relax, become nice and heavy. Once you've established that, ground down through your right shoulder, reaching it down towards your mat. Maybe then allowing the head to turn away from your knees. Just be aware of the tightness in your body here. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of softening those muscles in your face. And try to encourage here some nice, slow, deep breathing. Taking your time to connect with your own rhythm. To invite stillness and silence. Let's find now those counts of 4, 2 rounds. Complete your next exhale. And we'll inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale. And exhale 2, 3, 4. With your next breath in, just gently bring your knees back in through center. Keep them nice and close in towards your chest. And then allow them now to fall all the way to the right. Give them time to become nice and heavy there. Once they have become relaxed, ground down through your left shoulder. Reach it towards your mat. And then perhaps turn your head away from your knees. Just be aware of the stretch you are feeling in your body here. The tightness in these beginning postures. Now come back into softening your face. Connect with your breath. Just fall into your own rhythm of breathing. Just encouraging these nice deep breaths. Taking your time. Enjoying this place of stillness. We'll come in through our counts of controlled breathing. So when you are ready, complete your next exhale. And we'll inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. With your next breath in, just begin to bring your knees back up and through center. Give yourself a little bit of a bear hug here once again, taking the hands to the shins. This time just bring your forehead in towards your knees. And then we'll slowly lower the shoulders and head back onto your mat. Lower the soles of the feet onto your mat. Let's take the right arm up overhead. Let's roll to the right side of your body and gently push yourself up. And let's meet in a cross-legged seated position here. So just take your time finding a nice, comfortable seated position with the legs crossed. And take a moment just to bring your hands to the tops of your knees. Keep your chin neutral to your chest. And let's just find length within our spine. So engage your belly towards the front of your spine. Your tailbone tucking down. And allow the shoulders to soften as the crown of your head reaches up just gently towards your ceiling. A nice comfortable seated position here. Let's find eyes closed. Let's find this connection back to your breathing. Again, let's give ourselves permission to remain nice and slow and mindful with the quality of your breath and the awareness of your body. When you are ready, complete your next exhale here. And finding your next inhale, let's take wide spread arms, bringing the palms together above the crown. As you exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. So let's slow this down into counts of 4, 2 rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale and exhale. With your next inhale, let's take wide spread arms once again, but this time let's keep them at shoulder width apart. With your next inhale, let's twist our chest towards the left. Let's take the back of the right hand to the top of the left thigh. Let's release the left hand behind your back, in line with your spine, either close towards it or perhaps a bit further away. We're going to hold our twist here. So let's think about how we want to engage our body. So let's begin by using our inhale to invite length in your spine. Let's think about our exhale, about twisting our lower abdomen to the left, while pushing the back of the right hand into the top of the left thigh. Once you've become comfortable with those subtle movements, soften your gaze. So begin just to peek beneath your lids. And perhaps even notice the shortness of your breath. Maybe here, begin to turn your head so that you're looking past the left shoulder. Again, just find awareness in your own unique rhythm of breathing. At this point, our breaths are going to be slightly different. So as you remain here, just find your awareness in that. As you remain in this twist. And then from here, we'll slowly just release our twist just by twisting your torso back in through center. Just take both hands to the tops of your knees to invite this awareness of everything shifting in through neutral. Let's find softness in our eyes, and we'll inhale, wide spread arms to shoulder width apart. Create your twist here to the right. Use the back of the left hand to the top of the right thigh. The right hand in line with your spine. You can stay nice and high on your fingertips here. And now watch As you encourage the twist in your lower abdomen to the right, using the back of the left hand to gently push into the top of the right thigh. To keep softness in your face as you hold it here, connecting with your breath. Just find your rhythm. Notice the tightness in your body on this side compared to the other. Find that length in your spine with your inhale. Try to broaden your chest to encourage this twist. Maybe now turn your head so you're looking past the right shoulder. The softer your gaze is, the more in tune you will become to your body and to your breathing. So perhaps play around with that awareness. Let's take one more comfortable breath here, just on your own, completing your exhale before slowly twisting yourself back in through center with both hands onto the tops of your knees. Now let's find a bit of rotation here in our shoulders. So let's begin with the right shoulder. Just begin to rotate it forward. So let's try to use our breath to create this rotation here. So as you take your next inhale, create the lift in your right shoulder. As you exhale, roll it forward. Let's slow this down to counts of 4. Let's just do one round here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale. Now just soften the right shoulder and rotate it in the opposite direction. So rolling it back now. So the whole point of creating this movement in a nice slow rhythm is so that you can be aware of the quality of this motion in your body. Directing your thought into one specific area. From here, just soften the right shoulder away from the right ear, and let's rotate the left shoulder forward now. Be aware of your gaze as you create this nice easy movement in your body. Keep the eyes nice and relaxed so that your mind does not wander away from this movement. Let's just do one round of finding this movement in through counts of 4. So we'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale. Now let's rotate your left shoulder in the opposite direction. Just finding a nice pace that feels comfortable for you. Now relax the left shoulder away from your left ear and give yourself a moment to bunch up both your shoulders to the bottom of your ears. Just notice how this feels and the tension that brings with it. As you exhale, just soften and relax your shoulders away. And allow that to be maintained as you continue to move through your practice. With your next inhale now, let's find widespread arms. Release the left hand now to the outer left hip, and let's find a side stretch in through your right. To reach out through your fingertips of your lifted hand. To ground down through your right hip. And with your next inhale, pull in your belly. And let's bring both arms up and through center before making your way to the right as you release the right hand, opening up the left side body. Reach out through the fingertips of your lifted hand and ground down through your left hip. And we'll inhale, bring everything in through center. With the palms together here, let's bring them down through heart center. At heart center, interlace them here and just draw the palms away from the chest. Again, find that softness in your shoulders. With a nice deep inhale, let's take our gaze to the back of your hands as you rise the palms towards your ceiling. And as you exhale, release the hands behind your back and maybe the palms touch here. And we'll inhale, wide spread arms, palms together above the crown. Let's come back to that side stretch to the left. Release the left hand to open up the right side body. Slowly inhale as you bring everything in through center. Exhale now to the right. Inhale in through center. Palms together here. Exhale, bring them down through heart center. This time, as you take your inhale, let's find wide spread arms to shoulder width apart. And this time we'll come in through cactus, bending at the elbows. With your inhale, let's bring the forearms together and then the palms to touch here. And let's stretch out our wrists now. So keep your shoulders relaxed. Let's interlace your hands here. And just begin to rotate your wrists, nice and slowly. The quality of your gaze will determine how focused you are on this movement alone. So allow your eyes to remain soft. Your breath just to be nice and comfortable. Now let's go in the opposite direction with these rotations. Just be nice and gentle with your wrists. Notice those crinks and cracks that are presenting themselves. Now just bring your hands in through center, palms together here. And we'll release the hands just out in front of you now. And let's find tabletop position as you release your knees and find hip width apart. Take a peek at your hands in your tabletop. We're just going to take a moment simply holding our tabletop position. So allow the hands to be spread nice and wide, the index finger in line with the long edge of your mat. As you peek between your thighs, the tops of your feet should be hidden behind them. Now your chin here is neutral to your chest. Your belly is pulled in so that your back can remain nice and flat. Tabletop, let's find eyes closed for a moment. And be aware of the weight in your hands. Encourage evenly distributing the weight throughout each knuckle in your hand. Do gently push down into your mat. Notice the softness in your face as gravity gently pulls those muscles down towards your mat, remaining in this position. Now let's take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Be aware of your body. One more breath here, nice deep inhale and exhale. We're going to find downward dog here. So when you are ready, begin to tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. And let the head be heavy so that you're peeking between your thighs. That engagement that you had made in your hands, continue to find that in your downward dog. And be aware of this restriction in your breathing with your head resting beneath your heart. Play around with your down dog if you wish by bending one knee, bending the other, maybe even allowing the hips to just gently sway from side to side. Once you've created movement, come back in through stillness, just remaining in your downward dog, wherever it is that you feel is nice and comfortable. Let's take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. From here, let's take child's pose. Releasing your knees to the mat, big toes touch behind you. And this time, let's keep our hands extended out in front of you. So maybe that means walking them a bit further away from you. Keeping your elbows lifted off your mat. Letting your head become heavy back into your chest. As you maybe allow your head to rest on your mat if that's available to you today. With the elbows lifted, just notice the effort that is required to keep them there. And now just allow them to relax onto your mat, inviting this relief from the effort. And take your awareness here into the compression of your belly onto the tops of your thighs. Playing with our awareness in this way is what allows us to walk away from your practice feeling a bit more at ease. Sometimes slowing down isn't what we need in the moment. But know that it is always a test. Always something we can learn from about your own self. Notice your breathing here. Just notice your body. And when you are ready, let's slowly make our way just back into your tabletop position. From your tabletop, just walk your hands a bit further out in front of your shoulders. And we'll inhale to lean into our hands. From here, let's bend the elbows straight back as you lower chest and belly all the way to your mat. So we're going to invite just a bit of movement here. Again, nice and slow. So let's keep our elbows close into your side body. Finding your inhale as you push into your hands and gently lift your chest off of your mat. And seeing how high you can come. And as you exhale, lower yourself back down. So this isn't a movement to be rushed. Let's take this nice and slow as you inhale to push yourself off your mat. Keep the elbows nice and close into your side body. And exhale, create that lowering down. Let's find softness in your gaze, and we'll do this 2 more times. Inhale. Maybe the arms come fully straight. And exhale. And keep your elbows nice and close. Inhale, last round here. And exhale. From here, let's come in through crocodile. So let's stack our hands on top of each other and rest your forehead onto the tops of your hands. So encouraging just a moment of stillness here, a bit of awareness into your breath and the connection it has in this moment to your body. And from here, we're going to create movement in our legs. So we'll alternate lifting right and left. Let's begin with the right. Use your inhale to lift the right leg off your mat as high as you can. Use your exhale to lower it back down. So again, let's encourage nice and slow movements. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, lower it back down. Find those counts of 4. Inhale, lift the right. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, left. 3, 4. Exhale, lower. 3, 4. Continue moving. Inhale, right. Exhale, lower. Lift left. And exhale, lower. Just do 2 more times on each side. Inhale, lift right. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift left. Exhale, lower. Last round. Inhale, lift right. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift left. Exhale, lower. Give yourself a moment to soften your body here. If you would like, you can bend your knees in this moment and just allow your knees to gently windshield wiper from side to side. And if you're just happy in remaining in stillness, then you can remain there. Your knees are bent. Let's lower the feet back onto your mat. This time, let's tuck your toes under. Let's take our hands here underneath your shoulders. As you slowly push yourself off of your mat, keep your belly pulling in. And let's find our downward dog once again. The toes remain tucked and the hips now lift up and back. Let's find a nice easy flow in our body here. So from our downward dog, let's inhale forward into a plank. From our plank, let's lower the knees to the mat and let's take our cow position by lowering the belly and opening the chest and gently lifting the chin. Use your exhale to find a cat by rounding your back. Use your inhale to take neutral tabletop. And we'll use your exhale to find downward facing dog. So this is our flow. Let's find those counts of 4. So from our downward dog, let's just take an inhale to 4 and exhale. Let's inhale in through your tabletop, finding your cow. Exhale, find your cat. Or inhale, neutral tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. 3, 4. From our downward dog, let's walk our hands here back towards your feet. Finding a standing forward fold here. So use your next inhale just to bring your hands to the tops of your thighs as you find a flat back. So your flat back, your belly is in, your tailbone is down. With this flat back, let's take our hinge forward from your hips, releasing the hands on either side of your legs. And just giving your head a nice nod, yes and no, just to loosen it up. In this forward fold, again, notice your breath. Notice those restrictions in your breathing. And from here, let's take a nice deep bend in your knees. And begin to roll your spine one vertebra at a time, slowly making your way in through standing. And once you arrive in your Swamasthiti at the back of your mat, give your shoulders a roll back. Encourage them relaxing away from your ears. Your chin is neutral to your chest. And again, if your eyes are wandering, how does that respond to your connection to your practice? Allow them to soften. Allow your awareness to be on the stability that you feel in this simple standing posture. And from here, let's focus your gaze just on one fixed point just out in front of you. The hands are going to remain alongside your body with the palms facing forward. And we're simply just going to move into coming onto the balls of our big toes. Let's take a soft bend in your knees. And let's begin to lift your heels off your mat. Maybe here we rise higher, slowly straightening your legs as you find the balls of your big toe. It's okay if you fall out of this balance, just come back into it. If you're nice and secure, maybe you come a bit higher. Once you've found your point to remain, just hold it there. And come back to it if you fall out. Now with control, just slowly lower the heels back onto your mat. Bring your hands in towards your hips. Find a nice deep inhale, lift up through your heart. And then exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, just find a reset here with a flat back. And exhale to hinge forward once again. This time, bring your hands towards your elbows to encourage a bit of heaviness in through your torso. If you are nice and secure here, maybe invite a gentle rocking from side to side. And slowly find yourself back in through center, releasing your hands, taking a big bend in your knees as you slowly roll your spine one vertebra at a time, coming back into your standing position, rolling your shoulders back, and finding a nice, strong, secure, standing Swamasthiti. Closing the eyes to notice any effects in your body. From here, we're going to come in through a high lunge. So let's step your right foot forward. Just bend into your right knee. Play around with heel toeing the right foot a bit further away from you so that you can find the ball of the big toe of the left foot. Keeping the heel lifted off of your mat so that you can reach out through it as you bend into your right knee. Let's bring your hands towards your hips if they aren't already, and just gently square them. So the right hip is coming back and the left forward. Notice the stability in your legs here. The effort required to remain nice and secure as you draw down through your right heel and as you draw out through your left. Notice your gaze. The eyes would have widened to keep you secure here. Just allow them to soften. And from here, let's just retreat our hands onto the mat on either side of the right foot. Lower the left knee onto the mat. Let's flatten the top of the foot. If you can, maybe heel toe the right foot a bit further away from you now, so that you can allow your hips here to just settle a little bit closer towards your mat. And from here, maybe explore taking the right hand to the inner right foot, gently pushing your right arm into your right leg. If this is where you're at today, just take a moment to come onto the pinky toe edge of your right foot, just to find a bit of opening in your right hip before lowering the sole of the right foot back onto your mat. So we're going to remain in this position, whether your hands are both on the inner right foot or if the right hand has remained on the outer. Just allow this moment to be in stillness so that your hips can fall into the stretch, can settle. Notice your gaze. Soften your face. Just take a moment to notice that the quality of your breath has shifted. And from here, we're slowly going to release from this posture. So let's take our time, maybe tucking the left toes under first to bring the left knee a bit closer towards you. If the right hand is to the inner right foot, release it back to the outer right foot. And heel toe the right foot in through center. Once you have arrived there, tuck the left toes under once again to lift the knee off your mat. And let's step the left foot forward to meet the right at the top of your mat now. Once you arrive there, your inhale will bring you to a halfway lift so that you can flatten your back. Your exhale will bring you into your forward fold. Let's take a deep bend in your knees. Once again, just slowly roll your spine, one vertebra at a time. Once you arrive and you're standing, encourage just rolling your shoulders, relaxing them there. Take a moment in your Swamasthiti, such a simple posture that is often overlooked. But allow your awareness to be on differences in your body on one side compared to the other. These observations is what takes your practice to a whole new level of understanding. Again, the choice is up to you. Let's find that same sequence now on the opposite side. So let's step now the right foot back. As you bend into your left knee, staying on the ball of the big toe of the right foot. And you can play around in your lunge, in your high lunge, by heel toeing the left foot a bit further away from you. Taking your hands here towards your hips. Notice your gaze. Now soften it. Find that gentle squareness in your hips. Be aware of the stability in your feet once you have softened your gaze. And then direct your energy down into your left heel, out and through your right. Keep your shoulders rolled back. Notice the stability here. And from here, let's retreat our hands onto your mat now on either side of the left foot. As you lower the right knee, flatten the top of the right foot. Maybe heel toe the left foot just a bit further away from you so that you can sink your hips towards your mat. And from here, if you've explored different areas on the one side, do it on this side as well, by perhaps taking the left hand to the inner left foot encouraging this response to the arm and leg pushing into each other. And if you are in this position, just find a bit of opening in the left hip by coming onto the pinky toe edge of the left foot. And then lowering the sole of the left foot back down and remaining here. If the left hand is still on the outside of the left foot, that's fine as well. Just notice your breath. Notice your breathing. Notice how easy or difficult it is for you to allow your hips to settle. Encourage some nice deep breathing. Give yourself one more deep breath. And from here, if the left hand is to the inner left foot, just release it back to the outer. And let's begin to just tuck the right toes under to bring the right knee a bit closer towards you. Heel toe the left foot in through midline here, so that you can now release the right knee off of your mat and step it forward to meet the left. Take a halfway left flat back here. Take an exhale to forward fold. With your next inhale, let's find widespread arms as we rise and through standing. Palms together above the crown. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Now let's make our way back down to our mat. Inhale, widespread arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, both hands onto your mat. Step one foot back at a time to meet in your plank. From your plank, lower the knees to the mat. Find your cow as you lower the belly. Open the chest forward, lift the chin. Then wait for your exhale to find your cat as you round through your back. Neutral tabletop here, and let's release the legs out in front of you and come to lay flat on your back. You can keep your legs nice and straight onto your mat with the toes falling away from each other. The arms are a nice length away from your body with the palms facing your ceiling. And just give yourself this moment to simply be and to continue to be aware. To allow the effects of your asanas to settle. And to notice this change. To be aware of the response to your breathing. I encourage in this moment to close your eyes completely. Never overlook the power of wandering eyes. Keep your awareness within. This is where change presents itself, where your intuition can flourish. We're going to work on some breathing exercises laying here. If it's uncomfortable for you to keep the legs straight for the next few moments, or if you want to have something different in your breathing exercises, maybe play around if you'd like with bending your knees and just allowing them to fall in through midline. Or maybe even coming in through butterfly with the soles of the feet together and the knees falling wide. So just play around with different variations, or if you're happy with the legs straight, then you can keep them there. Let's just check in with the back of your neck. Make sure the chin is tucked in slightly. And our breathing exercises today is breath retention, just holding the top of your inhale for that same count of 4. We'll do 2 rounds of this. So when you are ready, just take a nice comfortable breath in here and a comfortable breath out. We'll begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Just notice your breathing here. And notice the response you've had to controlling your breath in that way. It's easy when working on breath retention, especially at the top of our inhale, to allow the breath to escape too quickly with your exhale. We'll do this set one more time, 2 rounds. But this time, focus more on slowing your exhale to those nice and comfortable counts of 4. Let's take a nice gentle breath in here, and a comfortable breath out. We'll inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Just be aware of your body and of your breath. You allow those effects to just settle into your body. From here, if you're in any other variation with your legs, just take some time to bring them in through center and then straighten them onto your mat. We're coming straight into our Shavasana today. If you would like to make any further movement in your body, then by all means, please allow that to happen. If you are comfortable to just settle into your Shavasana, then please find stillness laying flat on your mat. I will cue you when we should all be in our final resting posture. When you are ready to slowly make your way to your Shavasana today, give yourself time to find stillness laying flat on your mat. allowing the eyes to fall heavy into your skull. To let go of your breathing. To simply allow your body to feel heavy, letting go of any hold that you may have over it. And to now commit to this space that you have chosen to remain in. And to visualize a beam of pure white light surrounding you. Know that you are protected in this moment so that you may simply be. When you have allowed a bit of life to come back into your body, think of this time as precious. As you are now identifying yourself in a state of rebirth. So encourage a smile so that you can attract this energy of happiness and joy. So you find your way slowly back into your seated position, taking your time, just arriving in a space where your palms are together at heart center. You bow towards your fingertips. This is your sign of honoring and respecting your mind, body, and spirit. Please let us project this gratitude to the elements of earth, air, fire, and water, to the directions of north, south, east, and west, and to respectively what is above, what is below, and what is in between. Please allow us now to close with the sound of Om, followed by Aum. When you are ready, inhaling deeply. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. Namaste.